Hi, Captain Yomi. Thank you for coming up to share. In the meantime, if you haven't followed me, please do.
Good evening. Hello.
Oh, can we hear?
All right. I'm so sorry. I'm just putting my son to bed, so I may not be louder than this. So I don't know if you guys
That's
are
fine. We
hearing me.
can hear you. We can hear you. My phone was
All
on mute.
right.
Thank you.
I have a trivial situation during the week. No, it's bothers about my wife. Ever since she came into the UK, she she have this couple of bad friends. All of a sudden she changes. You know, when she goes out of the house, me, I'll be at work. I work in healthcare. So I was a student when they came around. So I migrated them from student visa down to tier two and all of that. So if I go work, so most of the time I work at night, which are night duty. So I would like to go like maybe 6 p.m. then come back. My shift normally start by 9:30. So I do like going to work on time because I have 2 hours travel time. So she will lock them with padlock inside the house. Then go away. Me, I will be at work thinking that she will be with them at home.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bínú. Ṣé gbọ́ Yorùbá?
Until one day, God forbid, mo gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa. But mi ò mọ̀ bóyá àwọn viewers yẹn bóyá Yorùbá ni wọ́n and all that, bóyá wọ́n dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ yín dáadáa náà.
Okay, so ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó ti wà sorted.
Kò tí wà sorted much.
Nítorí pé
Nígbà
ìbùkún ní
tí
fọ́mọ
ọ̀rọ̀ yín wá pọ̀ jù, tó fọgbọ́n ṣe ni, ó fi ilé ayé ní ọ̀tá mi lára. Èmi wá pariwo lé lórí pé má kó bá mi nítorí Ọlọ́run. Tí ẹ wo rúùlù tá a wà, ó fi ò gba gbogbo ilé yìí. Kí má fàrọ̀gùn ni wípé ó wá di ọjọ́ kan, tí n bá close ní 9:30 láàárọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, ó máa ń tó bí like another 2 hours kí n tó tún padà délé. So ó wá lọ bí 20 minutes to 12 yẹn kí n tó délé ní ọjọ́ yẹn. Mo dẹ̀ ṣì ń padà lọ síbi iṣẹ́ nírọ̀lẹ́ again, mo wá sọ fún un kí n sùn. Òun wá ní pé tí mi ò bá ti lè lọ mú ọmọ ní school ní 1 o'clock pé ó máa àbádọ́nà ọmọ sí school.
Hold on for a second,
Bí
please.
eré bí àwàdà ó bá àbádọ́nà ọmọ sí school lọ́dọ̀.
Hold on. For those of us that don't understand Yoruba, I will try and be a little bit diplomatic about this. I just want to know, Kalesa Doki of Lagos, how are you, sir? I just want to ask a few questions. It's just because, we all have to be very careful. I wouldn't want this uncle, because he's sharing his story, to get into trouble, number one. Number two, I personally have a duty of care. If somebody is telling me some things, I would have to get things.
Stop it.
But I just want to know.
It's okay. I go to bed. Okay.
But I want to know it is being looked into. Yeah. Captain.
Yeah.
What you're sharing is already.
So,
No, I'm asking you,
yeah.
Captain. Hold on. You already have social services involved?
Yes, ma'am. They are involved now.
Okay, so you're happy to share your story to create awareness with us, yeah?
I don't even care seriously because I tried all my best. What then happened was this. When this child, me, someone who just came 20 minutes to 12, who worked all through the night for 12-hour shift. I have 2 hours travel time. 2 hours travel time to work. I was so tired. Then, in 1 hour after, you are asking me to go and pick the child from school, which is just a 10 minutes walk from the house. Then I begged you that please, pick the child, The other lady that will close by 3 o'clock or 3:30, I will be able to I would have maybe slept for like 4 hours. Then I can go and pick that one. You are not going anywhere, you're not doing any work. That shouldn't be too much for you to pick your own child from school. She abandoned the child at school, and all of a sudden I was sleeping. The school has overcalled.
Oh my God.
And whenever I'm going to sleep like that, I pull my phone on silent.
Absolutely.
So I got 18 minutes call from the school. So I called the school back by 3 o'clock.
What
Then
time
I was invited to
pick
the
up
school.
What time were you meant to pick up the child?
It was supposed to be 1 o'clock. So I got there around 3:30. And now the school actually got me because they always see me around. They always have this interaction with me and all of that. But was what the conversation was like. I didn't know the kind of group of people that were there. I know definitely they are not teachers. So I got to see the admin. I was asked to come to the admin building and asked to sit down. And there's a meeting. They gave me records of how when this guy come to school, she looks so tired, malnourished.
Hold on, Captain Yomi.
Not properly fed.
Captain Yomi. Captain
Yes,
Yomi,
ma'am.
hold on a second, please.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
when Captain Yomi started, and he said one or two things, I felt that, maybe speaking Yoruba, but to be fair, we have a lot of viewers that speak English. And what he is saying, I think, will benefit a lot of us. We're not really, and is already being looked into. And it's for us to learn. What he's saying is, I don't think is that bad. If anything, it will be a case of, if nothing is being done. It is to learn because we, thank you, Doki. This is what I say. So please carry on. So you got to this. So your son was meant to have been picked at 1, but because your wife didn't.
Yes.
And you were sleeping,
They were so furious, Yeah. They were so furious. And I was told about many series of things that happened when my woman used to bring the guy, my son to school and all of that. So I took responsibility and, as a man, find one or two things to say. They were asking me why did the woman, why did my wife did not come to school that day to pick and all of that. So I just find something to say and to cover her up. Though, no matter how you lie to a white man, they know what is happening. So, meanwhile, I have to take 2 weeks emergency leave from work.
Sorry, I'm going to.
I have to go to bed.
Is he okay? Are you sure he's okay? I know you were saying that they were saying some things like they had a record. You were sorry, I have to take you back a little bit because I think I interrupted you there.
Yes,
you were saying that they had a record. Can you share that?
Record of how if the child comes to school, the child looks so tired, so malnourished, and all of that. Yeah. So emergency, I have to take 2 weeks off from work. I will be the one to bring the child to the school in the morning to go and I will go and take a register that I'm here. And when I'm coming in the afternoon, I must be there 10 minutes before the closing time. I have to take that. So along the line, I knew it that, ojo àwọn ilé ti wà lára wa nìyẹn o. You understand? I have to move to another city.
Wow.
So immediately I moved. I have this tussle with my wife on moving because she just thought that I'm just moving them away because of all the bad friends she was having and all of that. So it was a bad idea for her. I kept on viewing houses upon houses. She would say, I'm not going. And if she refused to leave the house I was, my friend, I will still pay for the rent too because I'm the one who signed the contract. So the next one, I will pay the next one. I will still pay that one. So I kept on going front and back like that, start persuading her till I finally landed myself. I don't want to mention city. Everybody will know
Of
me.
course, no. Don't mention your city.
Landed yeah. So getting there, so the whole thing kept on happening again and again. So I will be at work. My younger brother called me in Nigeria that, where are you? I said, I'm at work. Your wife has abandoned the child at home, and he locked them inside. I said, you are joking. It's not possible because I left her at home. She's not going anywhere. I said, bros, I'm not joking with you. She has to share the WhatsApp voice message she sent to him that she has gone to work since 8 o'clock in the morning. And I checked my time. It was 8:15 p.m. Jesus. I left whatever I was. I did not clock out that day. I ran home with Uber. When I got home, Jesus, I opened the door with my key. The whole house is turned upside down, iron on, gas cooker on, and you know our way of cautioning our children now being a Yoruba. My girl was thinking maybe I will try to maybe punish her for what she had done. I said, no, what happened? Who on the gas cooker? Where's your mother? I said, mommy has gone out since morning. And I'm so sorry, Daddy, because I was trying to prepare Indomie for us to eat. She just turned 5 some weeks ago.
No.
That my brother was hungry, I was hungry, nobody to make us food. And I had to prepare something, and the Indomie got burnt. We couldn't eat it, and we just have to sleep hungry.
Oh.
I knelt down in front of them and started pleading. I pleaded with her and said, I'm sorry. Whatever it is, do not eat your mommy. What do you want to eat? They said they don't feel any appetite again. It was at the point that I was crying. Then they had to listen to me. I took them out, give them whatever they want with stroll back. She came back thinking that maybe I might not come on time or whatever, or maybe I might still be. She came out 8 minutes after 11. Then at that point, to be honest with you, as a woman being, I was already feeling hungry. I was so tense. I said, for me not to misbehave, I walked away, came back around 12 o'clock, and went straight to bed. Then second day, I sat her down. That for so many occasions, you have been having this attitude of abuse with my children. These children are not kept with you. They are your own constituency. They are your own, these are your own only child. Why can't you just take care of them for Christ's sake? I said, this is my candid advice. Now, the neighbors have reported you to the landlord. And this case of, the landlord, and do you know what? My son was found on the street one day. We live on a 19th floor building, and I live on the second floor. And the man who lives on this, when you move into a property newly, you will have a maze of the former occupants still coming to the flat.
Yes.
So the man used to come to pick the maze. That's how we know. So that's how we get to know. So the man was the one who took the child from the churches. I was making call here. It's my son. He's looking for me. I'm sorry. That's how he took the son from them. Now the man came to the flat, could not meet anybody. He couldn't meet the mother. He couldn't meet me myself. He called me during break. I saw the missed call. I called back, and he said, "What's happening?" Your son is with me. He explained everything to me. The girl was sleeping on bed. Nobody in the flat. I said, it is better. Let these children go home. Let them go to Nigeria. When you are emotionally stable and physically ready to take care of them, we can easily go back and pick them. It is better because if anything happens to them, you are going to prison.
Yeah.
She agreed with me, no. Though, after agreeing with me, maybe we have established cases of waywardness. I'm sorry now. Whenever I'm making call, I told you, you don't talk. Okay? So, all of a sudden, maybe she was just thinking, maybe with whatever thing that she has made me go through all this while, I might cancel her visa. And a friend of her just wrongly advised her she can use the children to claim asylum and all of that. So she called the police on us. This is a woman I've sat with. I booked ticket, I booked flight and all of that, and I left. We were at, it's not going to be a news again because probably they might be. So we were at the airport. Let me just cut it short. On Tuesday, we were at the airport.
Please don't mention your area. Please don't.
We were at the airport yesterday. All right, that's fine. We were at the airport on Tuesday. Where are you going? Where are you going? It's late. You want to do what?
It's 11 o'clock. You should be in bed.
You want to touch that, okay? Yeah, she's in bed. You want to over. What is too much on you? Yeah, Pada CB on me,
While Captain is attending to his son, let me just answer one or two questions. I saw some people saying, what's the role you played in this part? We're not blaming anybody here. Captain Yomi is just giving us his own experience, and I will mention some of the things that he has said. It's not about what is the relationship between you and your wife. We're talking about, according to Captain Yomi here, he goes on, he goes to work. And the mom leaves the children at home.
Kò sí relationship tó lè wà. Kò sí relationship tó lè wà láàrin ọkùnrin àti obìnrin. There's no how a man will be. My own is that, please. Do not treat my children so badly. You will get me angry.
So your children have not gone back. You said you were sorry. You were at the airport. You were at the airport on Tuesday, but the kids have not gone back.
I was at the airport. Yes, on the Tuesday. So, regrettably, we missed the flight. Not that we did not actually meet the flight. We couldn't check in our bag. Our luggage. We couldn't check in our luggage, and we could only go on the flight and without our luggage. How will I be traveling with the kids without the luggage? So I have to pay the penalty fee and all of that, and rebook another flight for Thursday. And lo and behold, getting to the airport on Thursday, we've checked in. We were already boarding. Police just came. So I know I don't carry any drugs. I know I don't do anything illegal. So they came to me and they requested for my passport. I pass it on. They check it. And they asked me if I know why they are asking me for it. My instinct told me that, maybe because of my kids. And I said it. Okay, they said, maybe, do you know who might have called us to? I said, the only person that has any right to ask any of them is my wife. And she's aware of this journey. And they said, regrettably, she is actually the one who asked us to apprehend you because she instituted a case of kidnapping. I laughed. And when I laughed, the police lady was surprised. And we sat down, we had discussion, and God saved me every time when I have seen her having funny behavior. I try to take her permission to place every of our conversation when we have such discussion on record. Yeah. Police played the voice records of me explaining to her the reason why they should go home and how she agreed about it. They read it. They interviewed my daughter. Then my
The
daughter said,
5-year-old. The 5-year-old.
yes, that woman
That's
is not
why
a
I
good
like
woman.
this
Yeah,
country.
that she
That's
is
why I
not a
like the
good woman
country.
at
If the
all.
child can
Say she's
talk,
not,
they will.
yeah. Say she's not a good woman at all. Look, that if not for their dad, they will go hungry on every day of their life. And that's all. That's
Yeah.
all that saved me. You know, the lady became so emotional. I mean, the police lady became so emotional that tear dropped out, from his face, or from her face. That then she just came to me and apologized. That sorry, it's actually not their jurisdiction or to join a train back to our base and fair please. Okay. We were to join train back to our base and all of that. I just told them, like, I'm so sorry to say this, but I just said I don't have any change on me again. I've already expended all I have on me. They gave us a ride and refer us with the social service. I just told them straight that I'm not going back home. Home? No, never. And they asked me where I would like to be. I just told them I'm going to my family friend house and all of that, and they gave me a ride and begged me and talked to me.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
even asked to sue her, but
I was gonna ask,
I've
did they
gone
give
so
you
far,
organizations?
Yeah.
Did they signpost you to organizations that can help? Message me, Captain Yome, and then I can
Yes, they did.
advise you on
They did.
organizations that can help you with your
Yes.
finances. Especially, they gave you, yeah?
No, social service came to us yesterday and granted my girl's interview, and she still maintained I was now the one trying to beg her not to hold any bad opinion against her mom and all of that. That sometimes in life things do come like that and they do go, and she should just pray for her mom to have a new change of heart and all of that. That has been, this week was the highest week of my life. Like, I've gone through a lot.
I'm so sorry, Captain. And I know a lot of people say, let's listen to the
I
other
was
person.
terribly depressed. I was admitted. My BP was on the rise. I was admitted, and thank God I just came out strong and I was able to just stand by them. My child saw me coming out of the hospital, see me with medication patches all over my body, and she started crying, asking me if I was going to die. Then I said, who taught you that people die? Who tell you that people die?
Oh, bless her. It's
You heard
children,
it
not
and
their
have seen it in
program.
movies. Do not watch such
The
movies
program they
again.
watch when people go
Do
into
not
hospital.
watch such again and all that. So I am
Honestly.
not going to die. It's just medication. I was forced to remove all those things, even though they are not yet time for me to remove. I have to remove it for her mental health,
You should have just
for her
educated
to just
her.
go
You should have
off.
educated
I tried all
Captain.
means, but it was not working. So
Bless
yeah,
you. Bless
I
you.
had to remove it
Bless you.
and stay home during the period. We
So
went out
what
together, went to
one of your
gardens,
children,
zoo, and all that.
so one of your children is 5. The other one is how old?
Yeah, it's 3 years and some months. Yeah,
So the 5-year-old was
three
trying to
years
cook for
and 8 months.
Hey,
Yes, for the 3 year. So
hold on a
the
second.
question I ask myself,
Drink water, Captain, and just be thankful. Yeah, hold on
because
a second. When there was a time years
yes,
ago, I
ma'am.
was working with, I was doing some work with the social services and the police within my job role. Anyway, then a neighbor called and we attended a house. Guys, I kid you not. It was a 3-year-old. It wasn't an African, but was an Asian family. A 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. A 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. When we turned up, I turned up with the police and social services and we're there. We cannot go in, without the police first. The police have to come. We had to stay. Knocked on the door. The 3-year-old opened the door. So where's mommy and daddy? They gave us this telephone number. We called. They did not answer. We called. They did not answer. Okay, so when the baby is crying, when the baby's hungry, what do you do? Oh, mommy said I should get hot water from the tap and I'll put the milk and I'll do this. A 3-year-old was looking after a 1-year-old. We called them, they didn't pick. You tell me that you blame social services. Those children had to be removed. Abi, you tell me, for those of us on this call, if you were a social worker, would you leave that child, the 3-year-old that is looking after the 1-year-old? These things happen.
That's bad.
These things happen. You imagine if your neighbor was the one that called rather than the person that came to pick their post. If it was a neighbor that called social services, your children at that point will be taken away. That's the truth. You can't, like you said it yourself. When you got there, the gas cooker was on and blah, blah, some other things as well. That could endanger the children's lives. These things happen. The fact that you and I don't know about it does not mean it doesn't happen. Captain explained to us that he will go to work. His wife is not working. That's his story. We're not there. I know. I'm not going to investigate. I'm not going to ask the wife. I'm not going to go and look for the wife and start interviewing her. No, that's not my job and that's not my role. And that's not the purpose of my life. My life is to share, to create awareness, to understand some of the things that happen in this country. Not every time does social services take your children. The first step is they want to work with you. They want to work with a parent that is ready and down to help. Yeah, mine is awareness. I'm creating awareness because some of us genuinely do not know. Yesterday, we were in Nigeria. Yesterday, we were in Lagos. And it's okay in Lagos to lock the house with the child and go away. That's Lagos. I'm just saying. But tomorrow, we've crossed into the UK. And the UK, the law does not allow that. The law takes safety, they prioritize safety over everything. And that is why we have to do this. That is why there are things in place called social services. Every industry, every workplace has a good and bad. Even life. Abi, Bible tells us, so there is good in bad, there's bad in good. So not every services will get it 100% correct. Okay, Oma Baba Benson. Not every organization will get things right. Place I work, I've had great managers. I've had managers that are not so great. I've had managers that you know that this is racism, but there's nothing you can do. It happens. Okay? But the truth, we cannot run from it. Social services are there to safeguard our children. Social services are being supported by the local authority because every local authority, so for example, Shomolu Council, Ojota Council, Ikorodu Council, for those of us in Nigeria, or those of us that have just come, they have, so Shomolu should, as a council, Shomolu Council will be responsible for every children within Shomolu, Bariga, Akoka. And that is what the local authority do. So if a neighbor has concerns about a child, they pick up the phone. They don't even need to know the number for social services. They only need to ring the police. Oh, I can hear voices of 2 and 3-year-olds. I saw their dad leaving for work and I saw their mom. She stepped out with her friend and it's been over 30 minutes. It's been over 45 minutes. It's been over 1 hour. These things happen. These phone calls get made every minute. You have neighbors that don't work. They see what's happening. They know everybody. They don't talk to you, but they know everything you're doing. And this is why they get phone calls. And now, bless him, Captain is thinking, you know what? I'll take my children back to Nigeria. They get a phone call. And I hear somebody say that he's the dad, he cannot kidnap the children. At the point of the phone call, the person might not have said it's their dad. He might have said, but the truth is this individual was stopped by the police. And the minute the police comes and you're dragged off that plane, trust me, the plane is not waiting for you. Immediately they will offload your bag, 30 check-in. The plane is going.
Offload my bag. They
will now.
Luggage, and
I mean, I've paid money and I have to be in Nigeria.
They actually waited. They waited 15 minutes for us. The plane waited 15 minutes for us because we have missed the same flight or more.
Yes, the previous
on Tuesday.
Wow.
So they waited 15 minutes and Ethiopia Airlines to be precise. So and they were so civil enough to come back to stay with us to know what was the issue and all of that. And I just told them to go. We will be fine. I did not kidnap my own children. They are okay. What saved me at every point was my documentation, videos, and everything. There was a point I have to install a CCTV in my flat to know, though unknown to anybody, to keep my point that, see, at this point I have to take these steps and all of that. That's the only thing that saved me.
Wow.
And then intervene my daughter, and she has to speak angrily. That saved the whole day. That saved the whole day. By now, maybe I should have been in prison. I've been in prison for kidnapping and all of those things. So, even the police asked talk to me calmly and tell me the legal aspect and all of that. And and what also saved the day was that immediately I was leaving the house. I documented my movement on white and black, typesetted a letter that comprises the reason for me leaving the house.
Wow.
And what's my mission to Nigeria and why I'm taking them. Wow. I did a 3-page letter and I signed it. When I signed it, I enveloped it and still leave it in the house. So she refused to give police the letter. I have a soft copy of the same letter. I gave the letter to the police. I gave it to the social service. They read it and shook their head.
Wow.
That's the only thing. They just asked me if I want the full custody of the children. That they didn't see her as somebody who can take care of.
No.
I said, well, that's all I want. But the truth is, I cannot cope with work and all of this.
That's why I said to you, message me later. Message me later. Yes. Message me later, Captain, and I will signpost you to organizations that can help, because in this case, you become, if it was a single mom, if it was a mom as well that is going through or that's gone through a domestic violence relationship, as an example, and she has no choice but to then look after her children and she has to drop work. These things happen. You have all your evidences. Message me and I will signpost you to the right organization that will help you financially, probably accommodate you so that you don't have to think of rent and blah, 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 blah. I see somebody suggest put them to childminder. Sometimes some of our work, some of us have to leave home. So somebody is working night. Some of our childminder, you're literally going to work and you're paying for your childminder. No. So I will, please message me, Captain, and I will give you, I'll signpost you. We can talk about the area you live, and I will signpost you to organizations that can support you financially and hopefully also house you, and so that you don't have to worry about work for now. Of course, it might not be as much as what you would earn if you're going to work, but you look like a dad whose priority is to be with your children. Before we know it, our children grow every day. By the time they get to a particular age, we can do that. Pamis, me too, I need GoFundMe for doing live show. But there are organizations in the UK that will help you. So let's take it from there. But thank you for sharing and well done. If you didn't have all these evidences, this is how you get into trouble. And this is what happens. You know, he would, like I said, probably go to prison for kidnapping his children. And then those children will still have, they will be taken away by social services. So, you know, yeah.
The
And
most
your
important thing
daughter,
was that she told them that yes, true, the Child Act, Children Act in 2015, 1989, permits me to travel with them, which is 50-50. And after interpreting the law, Section 13, they had still said, okay, though we know they are not British, but they still need the consent of the woman. And I brought her the consent. She earlier agreed to. And what was the U-turn? So when I interview my child, the one good thing I always do every day of my life is that even though I am buying them anything, I have to see them to a meeting that is about to make social decisions. Which one would you rather prefer, considering this little budget and all of that, no matter the age?
it's a
And
communication. You have a
my
good
daughter
channel.
asked
Yeah.
me something. Yes,
Oh,
yes. My daughter asked me some questions that, oh, Daddy, I understand that it may not be easy for you now, but this Nigeria you want us to go, am I going to make good friends? What about the school? So I said, and I showed her the receipt of the house I have paid for and all of that, the child nanny I have paid for, the personal tutor and everything.
in
And she
Nigeria.
said, fine, I should make profit. I paid. The house I paid for was 570,000 for her and the kid and all of that. I showed her the receipt and showed the house, the pictures and everything, and she requested for a school bus from home to school, school back home, and all of that. I said, fine, we will need to go and see first ourselves before making all of those things. That's not something I can be paying for on the phone. I will go to the school, check the curriculum, check everything, and all of that. So in that interview, she was able to tell them about my plan for them, even back home, and all of that. So then I didn't go through rigorous questionings again, and that ends the whole thing. I was even asked if I was hungry if I would need to eat or anything. I said, no, not even in this your room until I get to my home. and I was asked to go. They gave me right to wherever I was going. So, and nobody touched my passport. Nobody sees my passport. They only asked me to face the whole matter in court and sue her to cover. There are things that could even end her in prison, but I don't want to go into that. So,
well done. Well done, Captain.
I will just reduce it. Yeah.
Message me, please. Message me so that I can. I'll sign you to organizations that will support you. You know, they'll give you money. You know, yeah, I won't say much, but just message me, please. But well done. Wow, 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 wow. Oof, I am still in shock, but well done.
I also thank God for my place of work. My place of work was there. They were able to grant me emergency leave and ask me to go and stay at home, and then pay me for the period. That was the only saving grace for me. 2 weeks. I was shedding tears in the police station because I have never, even in Nigeria, nobody has ever taken me to any station before in my life. I have never had any case with anybody. I just go on my own way, not rushing anything about life.
Well done. Well done.
I don't know.
Well done. Honestly.
Thank
well
you,
done.
for the
it will be hard, but I'll just fun of making us. But you've done the most. You've done a great job. again, I say to everyone here, my platform is to create awareness, is to support people as well as best as I can. I can't help everybody, of course, but as best as I can, I do try my best. Importantly, it is a platform where I try to use to share and to create awareness. Um, if you had called me and shared your case with me and I put it as a video, oh, a guy called me, in the beginning, I almost stopped. There was a time I said to myself, Raquel, why are you stressing yourself? TikTok is not paying my rent. It doesn't buy food for me. Yes, I get TikTok coins, but what? The stress sometimes I used to get from, oh, you're making up this story. You just want it for content, for likes. It gave me so much headache. After a while, I was like, Raquel, I beg, chill. But you guys, I'm glad that you guys can hear yourself. Captain shared his own story. This is a man. When we say that men go through domestic violence as well, some people think, how can? I don't want to, and I'm not judging. I'm not saying this, but from what I have heard, it is for you and I to pick up one or two things. We all live in different circumstances. Those of us in marriages here in the UK, you are the only one that come out. You can come out, look very nice, go to parties with your husband, holding hands, be doing public display of affection. How do they say, PDA? But within your heart, you are the only one that know that this relationship is based on fake. This relationship is a lie. This is how this woman is treating me or how this man is treating me. You can pick a leaf, one or two from Captain's book, and start being smart about the whole thing. Because one thing about this country is you have evidence, you walk out scot-free. You haven't got evidence, especially being a male, it would have been more difficult for him. But another good evidence is the fact that Captain, as he explained to us, has a good communication channel with his 5-year-old. When I first got to this country, I'll quickly talk a little bit about my case. I had two little kids that I came in here with, and obviously it wasn't easy. My kids had a childminder who was more like a family friend and really, really loved my kids. When I was then financially able to look after my kids, I went to collect my children. Now, but thank you, let me have my kids back. This individual called the police to say I had kidnapped my kids. Unless now that we're talking about Motibagbe, I would have done it I would have used it as a video. I had forgotten. The police came to the house I was living. They knocked. My kids were only like 4 or 5. Yeah. I didn't know that this person was receiving money, about £400 a week or so on each of my child. No, £400 a month, so £800 or so a month for each of my children. I didn't realize that. So it was that money that this person was paid, that this money is not coming in again. This is how this person called the police. When the police came Saturday morning, I'll never forget, I opened the door. Before I opened, of course, you look outside, the police, Kilo Shelley. I was shaking. I called my brother. I said, Kilo Shelley. They didn't talk to me. I opened the door. They asked, police, I love them. They'll come down to the level of the children. They squatted to their level. Hi, what's your name? What's your name? Who's this woman? It's my mom. Who do you live with? Blah, blah, blah. Who did you used to live with? Da, da, da. Who do you want to live with now? My mom, because my mom told so person that we are now moving to live with her, and she agreed. There was an agreement that I was coming to pick my kids. Only for her to then call the police that I was kidnapping these kids. But again, because my kids could talk, and I had told my kids that I am coming to pick you, and so person was there. We all had a maidservant. We had a send-off. We went out. We had a meal. This is what happened. So I totally agree with Captain. But whatever you do, you are the one that know the person you're living with. If you know that you're living with somebody that is not singing the same hymn as you, you're not both on the same page, my brothers, my sisters, start keeping evidence. Start recording conversations. Ask for their consent. As you start the video or the recording, say, you have to start the recording and say, I will be recording this conversation as evidence. Let them know. Let it be recorded that you did tell them. You informed them that you're recording the conversation. I didn't just wake up one day and said, let me be doing content on creating awareness on how to live in the UK. I have been through one or two things. I have had social services come to me because my daughter said XYZ. I have had the police come to me because somebody wanted to take my children. So I have, but I don't come here to talk evil about the system because the system is in place for children that are really being abused. I work in health services. I have known a Black child who the parent, this one, no be them bonam. Toba not, they would use whatever on this child. All on this child's back.
Okay.
But because the skin color of the child, it didn't show. The child called the police. The parents denied. That no, it's the stepmom denied. Again, on the third occasion, the police took this child under they had this violent light or whatever light. They put it on her back. Wow. Mark Egbani. All her back. Is that one training? They might have done it to us, but does it mean we should carry on abusing our kids? No. And when we're living in a society that is sane, that is telling us, that is teaching us other ways that we can support our children to develop better, then why shouldn't we? I was saying to my friend recently, some of our children, the way they will say some things, my friend and myself, we're going somewhere, and we need to stay somewhere close to the airport. Normally, I drive and I park at the airport. She was like, don't worry, my daughter lives close to the airport. Actually, it's just for like 3 hours for one night. We can stay at hers. My friend, a second, the third day, Ore, what's up about this thing now? She messaged me back, said my daughter said, Mom, my house is a studio flat. I can't have anybody stay around. She said she told her daughter that, but it's just like 3-4 hours. It will not even be 6 hours because we're going to get there like 11. Our flight is like 7 in the morning. We will leave like 2. She said, no. I understand. I live in this country and I know my children